Gemini, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for too much. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising sign. This is an energy reading. So if you're not a Gemini at all and this message comes across your feed, it is definitely for you, because that's the only reason why it would show up. And it always shows up at just the right time. And this is where your message begins. Shit. So let's talk about it. Dude, Gemini, listen, I promise you it's not going to get as bad as it was. I know. So what this means is that you're taking a absolute shit situation and you're making it into something exceptional. You're turning a bad ending. Something that really hurt you, something that almost destroyed you. And I would say to the point where it ended something. It had to be done. It had to be over with because it got too painful and it was just too much. And so Ten of Swords really does refer to it's over. It's absolutely over. But then we have the Magician. So you're taking this, it's almost like you're taking the worst ingredients in your refrigerator and turning it into something extraordinarily delicious. As long as they're not toxic or rotten, right? There's just this energy of this is ending, this is over, but it's almost like you found magic in it, or you found a way to like resurrect from it or rise from it, to do something with it. I don't know if you've learned something, you've created something, or hello, you are ending something with somebody who was a mastermind and extraordinarily manipulative and was just somebody who could manifest, bullshit out of thin air, and ultimately that had to be done. So there is an ending here, 100%, but there is also kind of fascination with what came out of it, or what you learned from it, or what you can do with it moving forward. And that's what we're going to really get into. So Gemini, if you were looking for a personal reading, I absolutely provide those. Just check out my website. It's the only place that you can get a reading or schedule a reading with me, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. And please do subscribe to this channel so we can grow. And remember, this is the only place that I do free public tarot card reading. So if you would like a tarot card reading when I go live, you'd like to know when I go live, don't only subscribe, definitely hit that notification bell and select all notifications. Okay. So we have the Six of Pentacles, which means, wow, whatever was really hurting you, whatever ended painfully, whatever really sucked in a lot of ways or for a lot of reasons, whatever that was, I would encourage you to know that something wonderful is about to come out of it, because the Six of Pentacles is here, which means there are so many opportunities. It's almost like the magic of this moment. And the horrible part about it may be that there was a painful ending, but the wonderful thing about it may be it's opened up the door, or at least left you empty for new opportunities to come in, or it's made you kind of realize that maybe you were giving energy to people who didn't necessarily deserve it. In other words, maybe the magic was you, not somebody else. And now there's so many other opportunities for you to use your own magic, because that's really what the Magician represents, your ability to take something out of thin air and create your own reality from it. That's you. You're the Magician. So there is this energy of now I can put my efforts into other things and try new things. So what's coming is a sense of freedom and a sense of empowerment instead of a sense of emptiness. And this is what I say. you take a situation like maybe a breakup or a loss of money, and you don't look at it as a loss. You look at it as an openness. You say, oh my God, I'm so happy and grateful that I have so much space to fill in or allow all these wonderful things to come to me. Like if you're dealing with, say, your bank account's low, or you went broke, right? Oh my God, I have so much space for financial abundance to come in. I have so much room. Don't look at it as emptiness. Don't look at it as loss. Don't look at it as being broke. Look at it as having plenty of room for all this incredible stuff to come into your life. So that's kind of what this energy is. It's like you're taking this situation with something that ended, and I gotta say it looks like it needed to, because Ten of Swords says that there's been a lot of pain for a long time and you just couldn't take it anymore. And now it's like you're realizing, oh, I feel so light. I feel so relieved. I feel like I can now experiment in all these different places and think, well, what is going to work for me? What is really going to be good for me? So that's really where we begin. We move a little bit into the future and say, for Gemini, you have strength, maybe a strength that you've just obtained because you've been through a lot of shit lately. So, but it's almost like, and if you listen to the Aries reading, you'll know, it's not just you have the strength. It's that you also have the wisdom to know better. It's like you also have the ability to recognize maybe red flags when you didn't recognize them before. You didn't know what they were, right? It's like you know now. You're just stronger mentally. You're stronger physically. You're stronger emotionally. You're stronger. There's strength where there wasn't before, because there's also mental strength, which is really wisdom. So let's see what else is here. Ooh, dealing with a fire sign, or just a sense of confidence about you. The King of Wands is somebody that knows what he's passionate about and has a singular focus to get it done. It's focused passion. He's in control of where he places his passion. He's almost an expert at what he does. Sometimes he's like a creative genius, or he's somebody that's very well known for doing what he does. And ultimately, this is that sense of maybe you're strengthening your resolve for what you want to do, what you want to create, or there's a really strong fire sign that's coming into your life. There's a conscientiousness here that you know and that you understand, that you intuitively understand is like the right direction to go. It's almost like you know what the right direction is. Right now, you may be taking time to sort of explore or just play with different ideas or different concepts like this. Let this be a week of play for you, to enjoy the freedom that you have, and then to play around with different possibilities, because there is a sense of you already kind of know what you want. You already know what direction you want to go in, or you already know, say this is romantic, that there's somebody else interested. So it's not like whatever just ended is horrible, right? It's just whatever just ended is making space for something that's pretty wonderful. And on some level, you already knew that it was going to be this person here, or that somebody was going to step up to plate, or that somebody was going to be the front runner, or the front candidate. Intuitively, I think you already already knew or have a direction. So hold on. I want clarity. Oh, you feel so good. This is what you really wanted anyway. Listen, I don't know what ended. Sometimes we get sucked into these situations, and I think something has kind of shocked you or surprised you. But the truth is, deep down inside, it's almost like you wanted something to end. It's like you're very content with the fact that something finally fell apart. And I think that's because on some level we get stuck in these toxic situations, whether it's work or relationship. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that it was a toxic situation. It was causing us a lot of stress and pain, but we were comfortable with it. We were afraid to give it up, afraid because we didn't want to feel like we weren't putting enough effort in, or there's so many different reasons why good people stay in bad situations. And so ultimately, on some level though, you always wished for this to be able to get out of here. So it's almost like I just pictured a jail cell being sprung, like being open, being like blown apart, so that you could actually get out of whatever prison you were sitting in. You were very, very happy, or you'd wished for some sort of ending. You'd wished for some sort of, please let everything like fall and collapse, like let this just stop. You had wished for it, and your wish is going to be, so on some level you knew that was already going to happen. You already had your sights set on something else, or knowing what you wanted to create. And now, because you've sort of been liberated by this act of nature, act of God, divine intervention, if you will, with the Tower card, it's almost like you're like, yeah, like this is what I wanted all along. You just didn't have the freedom to go after it, and now you do. Now you have the freedom to go after it. And then we have the Capricorn. So this is definitely something that you're bringing into existence. This is something that you have to work hard on. And this is something that you have to commit to. There's like a commitment here long term. And that's actually really wonderful, because it's not something you're backing away from. I think you're planning on working on this, that because in some ways this is going to work, and you're ready to devote yourself to it. I mean, things can't get worse than they've been, so they're going to only get better. And that's really what's happening, is that this is only going to get better. Okay, clarify, please. Maybe this directly has something to do with work, or something that you've been building. It's almost like it's about time to actually start laying the brick. It's not, so in other words, if you follow the metaphor, it's not just concept phase anymore. It's not just blueprinting phase anymore. It's actually, you have to deliver on the work. You have to actually start the building. And the King of Wands is there to clarify. So you're building what you want to create, or you're building something with this person who is a King of Wands. Either way, that's who you're taking seriously. That's what you're taking seriously. It's not this random thing or whatever things were. What you're taking seriously is associated with the King of Wands, or the energy of the King of Wands. So it's either an actual masculine that is over the age of 35, somebody who is really sure of themselves, really certain, really charming, but really focused, and they're focused. They're just creative genius. Or it's a mentality of being a creative genius and being in the midst of creating something that you're actually putting to work, or maybe starting to build a business out of, or incorporate. Six of Cups implies that this is something that you have wanted to do for a very long time. It is something that maybe you've had a childhood dream, or you feel very at home here. So this is an energy that you feel really good in, or you are visiting home. Somebody is close to home. There is this fire sign energy of it being very maybe if this is a person, this is somebody that you've known for a while. It could be an old flame, but usually it's like somebody that you've known from your past, like you grew up with them, and so you're familiar with them, you're comfortable with them, but at the same time, maybe you guys were just childhood friends, or you never really got to date in high school, or something like that. It would be a person that like that, but they've grown up. It's like you've known them forever, but they've grown up, and they've really been impressive. And now there's just this energy of tick-tock. It's like something has matured here. Capricornian energy speaks of maturation, that there have been years that have gone by and things have changed. And what's changed is the both of you have matured a lot. And so take it where it resonates. This is either a person or a production of some sort, whether it's a job or a business, whatever it is. There's a sense of something has really matured, and something has become very focused in its actions. And there's a lot of passion here, and it's had years to be ready, but I also think it's inspired. It's inspired by the past and where it came from. It's looking back at a time where it was kind of like learning. taking inspiration from where you are now and from whatever hurt and upset you've been going through, Gemini. Okay, so what comes from this? A new perspective, a different point of view. Also, maybe staying in one place for about a year. Oh no, it's a new perspective on a disappointment that you've been through. That's what's coming from this. You're getting a whole new point of view. You're getting a whole new perspective on a situation that was very, very disappointing. Excuse me, or like a disappointment from the past. And then this sense of you've moved on from it. You know, it's like, it's almost like you're starting to see that what happened to you in the past was what made you decide to move forward to this next stage of your life. And now you're seeing the synchronicities and how everything happened and lined up that perfect way. Because ultimately, if you hadn't been left, it's like you had to leave. You had to move on. There was nothing left for you. In fact, maybe you had been abandoned or you had been fired, right? You didn't really get much of a choice with the 10 of Swords here. It was over. And then you have the 8 of Swords here that's saying you have to go this on your own. You know, if you don't move forward, then you're going to be left behind. Like recognizing the direction that you have to move in. Now, this could have been something that you've left behind in the past, and it caused a lot of hurt and disappointment. Maybe it was a somebody that you had left behind in the past, and now it's like it's almost like that's what's returning. Happy birthday, Dagdeni. That's what's returning. But at a time where it's ready to be with you, or you're ready to be with them, or you're ready for the work, you're ready for the job. So it's just, yeah. Okay. Let's move on and say who, if they're dealing with a who, maybe you're dealing with a Pisces, or maybe you're dealing with something that is actually mysterious to you and you don't understand it as well. So, okay. So that's, when the Moon card comes out, it's funny because the Moon card almost presents more questions than it answers. So maybe that's what it's saying. You've got a lot more questions, or you didn't see this coming. This could very well have surprised you. Or if this is a who, it could be a Pisces. This is somebody who is very full. This is somebody who just believes and follows the wind to the next opportunity. Like they just had to take a leap of faith. Could also be very innovative energy. But it's like your move forward is to go into the unknown, knowing that you're going to be okay, because it is actually a huge opportunity here. Something is a beautiful opportunity. It's almost like dumb luck falling into it. So if you've just broken up or gotten fired, this is a catalyst, Gemini. It's to spark you to get out of where you've been and to force you to go where you should be headed. And let's see where that's going to take us. The link is down below. I'll see you guys there. I've pinned it to the top of the comment section too. See you in the extended.